Hello everybody, Handheld Gamer here. Welcome to another one. Today for From the Past Fridays, I want to play a game, go back all the way to the Sega Dreamcast. There's one game that I like on there especially. I'm a sucker for picking up all these arcade compilations and like Pac-Man Plus and so on. Well, this one is the Midway's Greatest Hits Volume 1 and Volume 2. Now, I don't know if I've showed this off, but I do have a custom Sega Dreamcast here with a custom shell there, HDMI out, and a couple other little bells and whistles under the hood there. But I definitely want to be using that to play it with, and I'm also going to be using the Virtual Fighter's controller. I really like this controller to match it. It's not the exact blue that it is, but it's pretty close. And it's a very nice, comfortable controller. And I need to get a real VMU and not just the bigger memory card here, but an actual VMU too. But it works for what it does. So, anyways, we're going to be checking out, like I said, Midway's Greatest Hits Volume 1, Volume 2, because I always pick up all these compilations on every system ever since they've been doing it. So, without further ado, sit back and let's check it out. Okay, so here is Midway Classics Volume 1, Volume 2 on the Sega Dreamcast. Fantastic game. Each one of them has 6 games on it. So I'll go through them one by one. So this is Volume 1. So we have Defender, Joust, Robotron. Let's start off with Joust first. Williams Electronics presents Defender. From 1980, I believe this game came out. Defender's always been a classic, fast-paced game. Gotta stop the aliens from kidnapping humans, taking them to space to try to probe them, probably. So anyways, pretty cool game. I'm not very good at it, as you can see by the death of that human. But pretty cool. Good multiplayer game, Joust. I've never been a fan of it, but I appreciate it for what it is. You're basically in a battle-style arena of riding an ostrich with a joust, as the name says. And once you hit a person, they turn into an egg, and you have to capture the egg before they hatch and become another person. So I'm not sure if it has like a really deep story or anything, or if they're on a different planet or what. But that is the basic gist of it. And I believe the cabinets went up to 4 players. So, pretty cool game for multiplayer back in the day. A lot of people played it, and I seen it just never was my game. So I kind of always passed it up. Robotron. Now this game is my game, and this is probably my favorite arcade game of all time still. It is fun, twin stick shooter. Unfortunately on the Dreamcast there's only one stick, so you have to use the buttons to shoot in that direction. So you got to use the, A, B, Y, and X. So if you're using X, you're shooting left. If you're using B, you're shooting right, and so on. But you gotta capture the humans, or save the humans before they get captured. Bubbles, I believe, was, if I remember the history right, was never released. Actually, it was supposed to be in the arcade, but never was. And so they finally just released it as a compilation later on, many years later, like this. So you're a bubble and you have to go around the drain, as you can see, soaking up things that don't harm you, and you get bigger as you go. So you gotta stay away from the razor blades, spiders, and so on, and get them all, and then get to the next level. Defender 2 I never really played in arcade. Came out in 81. It's an upgrade. Well, of course it's an upgrade, but it's got more new features, new aliens, new power, not power-ups, but new types of aliens. and things to fight. And I believe it's the introduction of the Stargate, so I don't believe that was in the first one, where you kind of warp. But definitely a cool game. It's definitely challenging. I don't know which one I like better, Defender 1 or 2. You can leave in the comments below which one is your favorite. If you played either one of them or both of them, was your favorite one of the two and why? Because you're probably more of an expert than I am at Defender. Senstar, I played quite a bit of it. It's a hard game. Senstar is like a big creature or a big spaceship kind of type creature that'll build itself and taunt you along the way that he's coming, kind of like a horror movie. And your job is to fly around these asteroids as you see and mine them for this mineral that you're going to use to make bombs to take out the Senstar. So you need to mine, and you gotta break it away. You'll see it, it's like a little white speck that'll break away if you shoot the asteroid enough times. And then you have to collect it. Now the red ones, little red fighters, are gonna try to steal the mining stuff that you broke away. And the other ones are gun turrets. And they'll try to shoot you and destroy you. Now, Gauntlet is a cool game. This is a very good version of the arcade game. Plays well. Graphics sound good. The graphics look good. The music sounds great. And I just have to figure out how you select your character. Usually in arcade, you just move the joystick a certain way and then hit a button, and you'd get that character. But it does not work like that on the Dreamcast. So I'm guessing it's in the settings. I'll have to further check that out. But it does play really good. And it sounds great. I believe there's 100 levels to go through on Gauntlet. This is not my favorite character. I usually play the wizard or elf. So, not a warrior fan of the warrior. Now, Spy Hunter. Cool car spy game where you got machine guns on your front of your car. You're taking out other cars that are spies and stuff, and you collect power-ups along the way, like slicks. And I think there's I know for sure there's oil slicks, and I believe there's a missile upgrade, and so on. It's a fun game. There's the arcade cabinet's really nice because it has a little shifter and pedal and stuff. Moon Patrol is a classic. Basically a little moon buggy on a planet of the moon, and you're taking out aliens and jumping these craters. Sometimes they create the craters when they're dropping bombs. These ones are already there. As you can see, you can either jump obstacles, you can jump them or shoot them. And now the graphics nowadays looks kind of funny. It looks like a kid's drawing of what a car would look like. But back then it was pretty graphical. And Rampage, this is the volume 2. So we've been in volume 2 for a little bit now. Rampage is a very cool destroy the city monster game. You get either Lizzie, Ralph, or George. George the gorilla. I usually like playing Lizzie the lizard. But for this one I'll play Ralph. Not Ralph. Yeah, Ralph. Is it Ralph is the name? Oh, George, I'm sorry. George is the gorilla, Ralph's the werewolf. So, very cool game. It's a lot of fun. You can play up to 3 players in the arcade. And it's just mindless fun to go around destroying the city and eating people. So, pretty fun. 720, the cool skateboarding game back in the day. And basically, it was unique. I remember seeing this in arcade and playing quite a bit. I believe they used some kind of unique controller aspect too. Not your normal joystick. It kind of wasn't even a trackball. It was a little different than all those. But definitely a fun, interesting game. I think it was one of the first skateboarding games ever that existed on arcade or home. and you go to these different places to do different events. This is the downhill slalom, and you go through these checkpoints and try to get the best time to get a medal. And I didn't do good at all, did terrible. And then you get these little stickers for your board on the bottom, depending on how well you did. And you got a time limit on the main world before the bees will start chasing you. And you gotta dodge cars and things in the streets, get points. It's an interesting little skateboarding game. And it's pretty challenging. And you do get some kind of upgrades. You can get like upgrade to your shoes, your boards, your helmet, your bike, your skateboarding helmet, and so on. So it's a pretty interesting little skateboarding game. I really like it. There's the bees I was talking about. Skate or die, and you have to get to the next challenge before the bees get you, but they sting you just like that. So that is 720. Awesome little game. Let's check out the next one here. And the last one, Paperboy, another game that I love. It's just 1 week of the Paperboy you play each day. And you basically have your routes, you have certain houses you have to deliver to. And you gotta make sure you get the paper into their box or close to their front door without breaking a window or missing the delivery altogether, because you can't go back. And you gotta dodge obstacles along the way. The houses that are lit up are the ones you deliver to. They're the bright colored houses on the street. So like this one, you have to deliver it into the box if you can, like I missed there. Unfortunately, the garage doesn't count. It has to be the front door. So you'll see like right here, missed it again. I'm doing terrible. So each week you go through. Let's try this again. So you run through, throw the paper. Okay, well, basically doing the same thing. Terrible again. So let me see. And there's also these houses, the dark color houses. So like that. Now that's a good one. Got right into the box. Get 250 points. Missed there. So don't get any points there. This is the dark house. You get points if you break them. You can stop the burglar if you hit him with the paper. Perfect. So I get a 250, and that's your paper to refill, because you don't have unlimited papers. And there's like you can hit the fight people, stop them from fighting. Look at those big wheels there. So a very cool game. Anyways, that is it for this episode. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and as always, have a good one. Take care, everybody. Until next time.